Hi, everybody. Welcome to our webinar today. And it's nice to see a lot of people already in the room and getting chatty in the chat box. So thank you. Welcome. Guys, in case you haven't followed us on Instagram, we have a QR code here that will lead you to our Instagram page about data analytics. And what's so cool about this page is that you actually get some free tips and information about becoming a data analyst. And when you do go to the Instagram page, you'll see so many useful information for you there. And it's all free, so feel free to scan. I'll put it back here and make sure to follow us. All right. So we're all here to learn about how to build a career in data analytics, and you will be getting a step-by-step instruction from our pro and speaker today. And as a gift for you, a token of our appreciation for just being here, we will be giving you a guide, the top 10 mistakes beginners in data analytics should avoid. So my name is Tabitha Hamlang, and I will be your host for today. So just some reminders on how to use the webinar room. I can see that you guys are already using the chat box. Feel free to just put in your comments here throughout the whole webinar. Now, we also have a Q&A only section. Now, when you click that, you can send in any questions at all about our topic. If you have questions for our speaker, even while she speaks and talks about today's topic, feel free to type that in here. We also have a polls tab, which is asking, what is your current job? And we have 4% novice data analysts here. And we have some who want to change their profession. So please feel free also to just send in what your current profession is and why do you want to switch? Okay, because I can see 40% of you want to switch professions. Okay, now, just in case you encounter any problems with the video, maybe the video is lagging, maybe you can't hear anything, then I would highly suggest that you exit the webinar room and then come back and see how that works. Hopefully that will already work out for you. So let me know a little bit more about yourself. Okay, I can see that we have a data encoder and field interviewer from Richilda. We also have a public service foreman. Okay, so type in. Let's make this webinar very engaging. Don't be shy. Let's make it very interactive. So let me know where you are watching from, what your current profession is. We have a restaurant receptionist, Ken Hurst. Welcome, and just know that even if we don't read your comments and your messages out loud, just so that we do read them. So don't be shy. We have a seafarer, financial advisor. There you go. It's all coming in. Businessman, a clerk, a former BPO employee, statistical researcher, teacher. Thank you. Thank you for sending it in. And it's very nice to see a variety of professions here just gathering to learn something new. So you're all welcome. So today we will be learning who exactly data analysts are and what are their responsibilities. Okay, why is data analytics in a high demand at this very moment? Like, what is the landscape looking like right now, especially here in the Philippines, and what are the other requirements for you to hopefully get a job in a foreign company or a US based company, if this is something that you are looking for? And what do you need to become a pro? Of course, but before that, we need to also learn how and when a beginner can start earning as a data analyst. And lastly, how to make your competitive portfolio so that your future employers can easily contact you, can see what your skills are, and hopefully hire you for that next job. So, how can you get the biggest value from our webinar today? I would highly suggest that you put your mobile phones aside, or phones. I know some of you have more than one. If you're using your laptop, feel free to close any unnecessary tabs that might distract you. Also, turn off your notifications and social media. And feel free to take notes and ask questions. As I mentioned, all questions will be read in the Q&A only tab, and our team will also be here to answer some of your questions in the chat. So, as I promised, I did mention that we have a couple of gifts for you when you watch the webinar all the way until the end. So, one is your guide, the top 10 mistakes beginners in data analytics should avoid. And the second one is actually a very special discount on our data analytics course. And this is only available to those who are participating in the webinar today, the discount. Okay. All right, so I can see the variety and the number of different professions that we have here that are present now in our webinar. I would also love to know, what is it that you would like to learn here? Okay, why are you here? And I can see Rizalyn, no idea about being in data analytics. Okay, that's totally fine, because that's what we're going to be learning today. Okay, so that you can have an idea of what data analysts are and what do they do. Again, feel free to ask questions and we'll try to answer all of them. Okay, so who are we? We are Refocus Philippines, and Refocus is an online global educational platform. And we cater to people who are looking for a new career, a new profession in data analytics. And we also provide up-to-date practical skills, just the skills necessary for you for your career advancement and your business growth. And we're very happy to say that we have helped thousands of people in several countries already in finding that new fulfilling profession. And now we're here in the Philippines, and we are growing and very, very excited to be sharing what we know about data analytics with all of you. We're also the #1 digital course right now in the Philippines. Our website is also #1. So it's no surprise that you guys are here, because I'm pretty sure that you have seen us in all over, actually, social media. And we're very, very excited to be having you as our future student, hopefully in our courses as well. So in terms of our experience in education so far, okay, and I'm saying this because we are growing, we have educated about 5,800 students here in the Philippines. With currently, we have 116 batches of students studying right now, and we are growing these batches very, very quickly. Okay, we're also a member of these associations here in the Philippines, and some of the companies that we are partnered with as well are under these associations. So let's get to it. For today's speaker, we have our expert in data analytics, data science, and data management. And she's actually had more than 9 years of experience in data analytics, from becoming a beginner, like a complete beginner, to now being a pro. And she is also one of our teachers in our data analytics course. So it's a treat for you guys to be here listening to her. All right, let me welcome Casey Palisok. Hi, Casey.
Hi, Tabitha. Good to see you.
You too.
All right. Thanks for the introduction, Tabitha. Again, my name is Casey. I am an analytics practitioner in the Philippines. I've been in the industry for almost a decade, and these are some of my involvements. So I've moved from various role to another, and I've done like different under different umbrella of data analytics. I've done quite various jobs, and we will get through it in a little while. So yeah, today I'll be sharing with you my personal experience in the data analytics world, and let's start with where I started. Okay, so I didn't start in this field because uh, 10 years ago, we don't have like an official data professional. Like this job didn't exist way back. So I didn't start in this area, although I would say that there are jobs with the same kind of um, expectations, but it's not formally called data analytics or data analyst before. Okay, so I started in the actuarial science world because my background, I would say, is pretty much quantitative. So I started in the actuarial science, but early on I realized that I may not be for that job. So I ended up working in a gaming company where I worked as a business analytics professional. Um, so there, that's where I actually started to appreciate uh, what we do as people handling data there. Um, so I tried to learn a little bit more about the field. And then during that time, I remember it was 2015, around that time. During that time, data science and data analytics started to buzz in the industry. And people are like starting uh, to shift to that area, although we don't know yet what's in there. People are starting to explore and discover, and businesses are trying to invest in the Philippines. So it was starting back then, and I knew that I may be on the right track because it's fairly new. Nobody knows about it yet. So yeah, my first salary before I moved, by the way, my first salary before I moved to this space was below 15,000 pesos, I would say, when I was starting. So yeah, and then why and how I decided to start career in data analytics. Well, I would say I was just lucky because I'm a little bit more informed that this may be a thing. You know, 7 years ago, I got lucky to be connected with people who are like pioneering in the field. So I felt like I'm on the right track, and I decided to, okay, well, what's in here? Let's try. And so I started studying and learning about it. And it turns out that it's really cool and enjoyable. I will show you in a little while what data analysts do so that you'll have an idea. So these are some of the organizations that I was affiliated with. As I've mentioned, I've moved across various industries. The reason why, well, it's as you can see, this is very like it's not concentrated in one field. It's because the skill set that you will have in the data analytics space is very wide. I mean, it can be applied to every organization, especially now that almost all businesses would need data practitioners. So you can move from one industry to another. Currently, I'm not in the Philippines at the moment, so I'm actually studying right now, but I'm working freelance as data consultant, and I do also analytics projects as freelance job. I'm telling you this just to say that this field can be flexible and you can actually work from anywhere. So yeah, why data analytics is my passion. I can tell you three reasons why I'm very passionate about the field. Firstly, it's because I would say this is empowering. Um, um, there's a lot of, I mean, the impact that you can do when in this job is quite big because you understand, you can understand and can predict what will happen in the business. You can answer business problems using data, and stakeholders and senior management these days don't believe in guessing game anymore. We need data to back up everything, every decision that we will make, right? So when you know when you know the data and when you have, the skills to understand and communicate what it says, it's very empowering. It's very impactful in whatever organization you may be in. Second point is, I consider myself as a continuous, a lifelong learner, and this in this field, since we are still, evolving and transitioning. There's many opportunities to learn in the field. It's continuously evolving, yeah. So almost I think, as they say, every 2 years you have to kind of upgrade and try to catch up with new technology and new things. So there's a lot of opportunity to learn, and uh, the people in the field usually are all eager to learn. So the environment is uh, very conducive for learners like us. um, Also, another thing is, as I've mentioned earlier, this field is flexible. Aside from, you can move across various industries, you can also work like anywhere, as flexible as it is. So it may depend on the company as well. Just a disclaimer on that. But almost all companies, because most of the things that we do here are desk jobs, so it's really flexible. So yeah, I think that's what I can say on this. And so let's talk about who are data analysts and what do they do. So as you can see here, data analyst collects, cleans, and interprets data sets in order to discover useful information and support decision making to achieve business goals. So let's talk about this a little bit. Collects, cleans, and interprets. These are the three main jobs of data analysts, right? So, for example, you have a data set. A company has a data set, so you will collect. It's either you will extract information from systems or from other uh, team members, other colleagues, or your clients, or you do your data collection primarily. um, you have to clean the data. So this is also actually part of the job as well, cleaning the data. So there are various methods on how to clean your data. And then interpret, this is equally important because this is where you communicate the results of what you did. So it can be summarized into this 3 points, but there's a lot in here. There's a lot going on in here as well. So, yeah, as I've mentioned, also, we can work in many industries. It includes IT, finance, science, medicine, and government, among others. Okay, so this is a good analogy of how it works. So, in terms of data collection, let's say we have like an assorted like over here. So, you collect the data. This means you just gather information, right? So, regardless of how it looks, how big it is. So you just gather everything. And then you prepare the data. This is part of the data cleaning process, right? You sort it out, and sometimes you take out unnecessary information, right? So just prepare it, just prepare it for analysis. And then data visualization and data analysis go hand in hand. All right. So data visualization is where you summarize your data in a visual format. It can be a chart. It can be yeah. Usually it's a chart. So it's a graph or a chart. So this way, we can summarize big amount of information in a concise manner. So there are techniques on how to do this properly, right? How to make your audience understand what you're trying to say in a, let's say, with your choice of graph, choice of colors, and so I'm pretty sure you may have seen some charts in social media in one way or another, right? So there's a different skill set required in data visualization, and then data analysis is where our other methods come in. So that is where you process actually your data and come up with the results that would eventually try to answer the problems that you're working on. And then last but not the least is the data storytelling part. This is where you communicate the results of what you did. All right. So another important skill set here is how to tell your data in a compelling manner. How to tell your data story in a compelling manner. So, because whatever you did in the first four steps will all be wasted if you're not able to communicate it properly to your stakeholders, right? So, to summarize, this is like a good summary of our steps or the processes that we do day to day. So yeah, as you can see, data storytelling here is where they put the story in the Lego, like a home in there with a character over there. Yeah. Why data analysts will be always popular and in a high demand. So this is the first chart that I will show. So the amount of data generated every day is growing exponentially, especially now with the advent of technology. We can gather information, and every bit of it is considered data. So all businesses are trying to leverage on that. Um, and it's predicted that by 2025 we will have like 175 zillion zettabytes of data. That's very huge. And this is what happens in the internet in 1 minute, in 60 seconds, right? So imagine there are 500 hours of content uploaded in YouTube in 1 minute, right? Um, there are 200,000 people tweeting in 1 minute. There are 1.6 million online shopping transactions done. So the point is, they are big amount of information, right? So businesses need people to understand these kinds of information day to day, because that way they can improve their business, because all businesses are actually relying on data now. So they need people who would understand the language and who would be able to crunch these information. And it's growing exponentially. So yeah, businesses need to understand and work with this data to make better business decisions, and usually the one who fail to do would lose in the competition. So in these days, businesses are almost all businesses are data driven, so they leverage on whatever data they can have, especially in social media for marketing. These are some of the examples that we have here. So as you have seen in the last two slides, we can safely say that this job can be secured. This can be a secure job, and it will never disappear. It will never die because of the growth of data that we are generating every day. And since businesses are also just starting to invest in the Philippines right now, so this is a secure job. Let's talk about the advantages in being in the data analytics space. Okay, the first advantage of working in the data analytics space is it can post stable and high salary and bonuses. Professional data analysts can make up to 120,000 pesos in the Philippines. Okay, well, just a disclaimer on this, it depends, of course, in your role and in the industry, but this is like um, just to give you a ballpark of the range. Oh, this is a better um, classification. So junior data analysts would earn from 30 to 50,000 pesos. Middle data analysts probably are those with um, 4 to um, 4 to 7 years, I would say, of experience or less, can earn up to 80,000 pesos, 60 to 80. And then senior data analysts can earn up to 120,000 pesos. This is according to jobstreet.com. Another advantage of working in this space is because it's primarily a desk job. You can actually work from anywhere. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm working as a freelance data consultant at the moment, and I'm working overseas. So you can work at uh, at your home, on a couch at your home, in a cafe, while traveling, by the sea, by the beach. When I was in the Philippines, I used to do this all the time. Like I go to the beach almost all the time too and work there because we have the liberty to do that. Um, so you can spend more time with your families and like kind of avoid the commute, the traffic that we have in Manila or elsewhere. So yeah, you don't have to stay in the office all the time. But again, just a disclaimer, it still depends on your company, right? Also, you can work for international companies in this space. I've mentioned this over and over that businesses are investing in the Philippines, right? Because for data practitioners and data professionals, so there's new experience in their great work challenges, and there's more money in this new market, of course. There are also multiple career paths that you can take after. Um, because the skill set that you will gain as a data analyst is kind of general. Like aside from you can move from various industries, different fields to another, you can also move to multiple career paths after. So you can move into the data scientist career, can make up to 170,000. This requires a different skill set though. Um, you can also go into the data engineering career path and earn up to 140,000. And you can also move into marketing. Marketing analysts make up to 95,000 pesos. So this is very in demand at the moment, I would say. As I mentioned earlier, when we flashed the what's happening in the internet in 1 minute, marketing, the marketing world is actually the main beneficiary of that space. You can also do data architecture. It can make up to 240,000 pesos per month. So yeah, to sum it up, data analytics is a great choice. Why? Because there's interesting day-to-day work based on problem solving. So usually, management or the bosses would come up to the data team, and they have problems in their mind, or sometimes you will have clients with very intense problems that they need to answer through data. So it's an interesting day-to-day work. A good mix of technical work and interpersonal communications. Um, as I've said, communication is very much important here as well, aside from the technical skills. And also, skills that are transferable to many other careers. Can have flexible working hours and flexible environment as well. And again, skills are more important than degrees or certifications in this space. So usually when companies hire data analysts, they would ask about the projects that you've done, or like the yeah, usually proof of what you have done in the past, rather than um, what degree you finished, or what are the certifications you've done. So it's more like output based um, in this space. So yeah, take your chance now. You can start now. There is a lack of good specialists in the market, and companies are actually hiring beginners and teach them. You can also start earning your first money, or searching your first client, or take your first tasks while studying. Because again, you can do also freelance work while you're studying. So you can earn while you're studying, and you can jump from junior to middle position in less than 1 year. Also, double or triple your income. This part, just as a disclaimer, again, it depends on how well you perform, of course, and how open your company is to promotions. But usually, it doesn't take that long, because as long as you've shown that you are ready to take another step, um, probably another responsibility, let's say, or you've shown that you have taken the right amount of effort and work to prove that you're ready to do the next, to do the next level of jobs, then it doesn't take that long. This is just to show you that we have a student in Refocus, Charmaine Depili. So she's currently a student at Refocus right now. She was hired as a data analyst for an Australian company, which she deals with TikTok data, which is really cool. She earns around 30,000 pesos as a part-time data analyst in this Australian company. She's also a mom, and yeah, she's currently a Refocus student and now a data analyst. So this is just to show that you can actually make it happen while you do other bunch of things. I also heard that she was handpicked by the CEO of this company. So that's just a proud moment right there. So, do you have any questions at this point?
Thank you so much, Casey. So we only have maybe one room for a question, and then maybe you can just answer some of them in the Q&A tab. We actually have some interest in the different types of data analysts and scientists. So we will be discussing it in the course as part of our first module, but maybe just to give them like a brief idea of like what are the differences between a scientist, an engineer, an
Um,
architect. Since you
okay,
did talk about the
the
different
career path.
salaries, yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, so I would say data analyst is a very general skill. It requires, I mean, it would give you very general skill set, right? Well, when we dive in deeper into data scientists, it's a deeper level of analysis because it requires programming. It also requires kind of, I would say, because we do data modeling in the data science world, so it requires math and statistics skills as well. Well, you need that in data analytics, but not as, I would say, not as theoretical or not as deep as in the data science world, right? So in data science, you do programming, you do statistics, and in data engineering, it's more data engineering and data architecture is more of like the backbone of of the data infrastructure. So infrastructure is the keyword here. Architects actually build where we store our information, and usually this is critical because especially now that we have like big threats in cybersecurity and hacking and everything like that. So data architecture is where we build our storage and we build our infrastructure, basically just to hold the information that we have. Same goes with data engineering. Data engineering, though, they actually structure the data. So how do we format this? Do we do this? Um, just so the data analysts and data scientists would have easier jobs, in cleaning their data. So I hope it answered the question, but we can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, definitely. And Casey will be back, you guys, to give you more information and more insights about data analytics. She will be back. In the meantime, Casey, feel free to just answer any of the questions
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
We have more questions coming in, actually. So I will leave you to it. All right. So, just based on all the benefits and all the advantages of becoming a data analyst, are you ready to step into this world and become a data analyst? Let me know. And if you are saying yes, even just a hint of yes to this, then we would love to invite you to our data analytics course. And we are starting next week. Now, our goal in this program is to teach someone with little or zero knowledge in data analytics. And we want you to become a demanded professional as a data analyst. just like one of our students here who is currently studying as well. He was an OFW, he worked at a BPO, and for 2 years, because of the pandemic, he wasn't able to get a job. So he was unfortunately, very depressed because he didn't have money to support his family. And then he learned about Refocus's data analytics course, and was actually able to find a job while he was still working through the course. Okay. So, because of the course and because of the advantages of the course, we have a very supportive community where we do help you look for a job. And we're happy to say that even while he's still learning in the course, he was able to get a job for a US based company. And you'll actually see his story in our Instagram account. So if you want to see him, watch his video, you can go there as well. And this is Mac, one of our students here at Refocus. Now, here are just some of the advantages of the course that we give you. Okay, now within the course, we give you a step-by-step plan on how you can start earning 80,000 pesos per month. And also, we have practicing analysts as your teachers, just like Casey here. Okay, also, we have a job guarantee, and I will tell you more about that later on. What's great about this as well, as I mentioned earlier, is that we have a very strong community, a very supportive community. You have community managers, you have mentors, and of course, your classmates as part of your support system in this educational journey. Okay, and also what's great about this course is that it's very flexible. So we know that most of you have a full-time job. Maybe some of you are full-time students, which is totally understandable. So our format in terms of studying is very flexible and very comfortable. You can watch the videos at any time because they are pre-recorded, but we do have some live sessions, which I will tell you about later on. So the course has 8 modules, and we will teach you the very introduction to data analytics as a profession. So just like the question earlier about the differences of a data scientist, architect, engineer, you will learn all those things in the first module already. Okay, so you will learn about the professions and what your options are as a professional. Now from there, we teach you the different programs and languages. And then at the end of the course, we also help you in starting your new career in data analytics. Now, at the end of the course, you will get your certificate and you will also get employment assistance because we have our very own Refocus Career Center. And in this Career Center, we have partner companies who are looking for data analysts already. So we're here not just to educate you, but to also help you find that new career. Now, in the course, you will receive a more practice-oriented approach. Just like what Casey mentioned earlier, becoming a data analyst really is also about practice and the skills that you will be learning. Okay, so it's important for you to hone these skills. And speaking of skills, we only teach you the skills that are relevant in your practice and that will help you start earning money already. Now, we're also here for your career growth. That's why our Career Center helps you find a job and even prepare for an interview. So, in the course, how do we help you find a job? You actually get to work on a project. And when you work on a project, you get to defend this project in front of real companies. Okay, so we're working with real companies here as part of your practice, part of your projects. We will also be having a career showcase. Now, after which our students will be recommended to our partner companies. Now, I did mention a job guarantee. So we have so much confidence in our course that we are very, very sure that within 6 months of graduating from the course, you will be able to get a job. And if you don't get a job within 6 months, we will return the course fee. Yep, you heard that right. Okay. On top of that, you will get your new profession with an 80,000 pesos salary, an opportunity to work remotely, just like Casey, who is currently in the US, working, right, as a freelancer, which is great. And also work for foreign companies if this is something that you are looking for. Yes, Pablo. Job guarantee. Okay, so if you'd like to get the offer already, or if you'd simply like to register, and our community managers will be calling you afterwards, and some of our managers will be calling you. Feel free to get the offer, click the link, and type in your name, your email address, your mobile number, and you will get that very special offer for our course today. All right. So we only have 20 spots left for the course, and we'd love to have you in our next batch. So make sure to sign up already. All right, I will give Casey back to you so you guys can start or can continue learning. Casey?
Thanks, Savita. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the tips on how to navigate through this field. So, learn the basics firstly. So these are some of the tools that you may want to have in your portfolio, or some of the skills that you may want to have. So you need to learn database tools, Excel or SQL or SQL. These are some of the basic tools that companies require. Some programming languages these days, companies use Python to mine and manipulate data. But sometimes Python, I would say, is kind of advanced, especially in the Philippines, because mostly um, some in some industries you can work with Excel and SQL, and you're fine. But you need to learn this if you want to move, to different to the next level. Data visualization is necessary as well, because you need to, as you've seen in the earlier slides, data visualization is part of the job. So you need to understand how to navigate through some of data visualization tools like Power BI and Excel. You can also do um, data visualization in Excel, and also statistics and math. I remember, I know I answered this question earlier when in data analytics, you also need statistics and math, because we need to usually come up with, precise answers or precise results. So we need our math and statistics skills over here. Number two, deep dive into the area. So do not be satisfied with knowing which tools to use, right? But always try to find out how each of them works. Tackle one small subject at a time and explore it. So you don't have to, learn everything, all of this all at once. You don't have to do that, right? So you can learn one at a time. You can't learn this in one day, so it takes some time and some, practice for you to be able to get the hang of each. And sometimes you don't actually need everything. Sometimes it depends on the company that you're working with, because it depends on what they are using as well. So you learn as you progress. So just start. This is actually a good start. Participating in this webinar and knowing some basics on where to start, what to do. Try to learn some of the courses. Utilize the internet. You can look for tools everywhere these days. You can also participate in workshops. Connect to people. So that way you can actually learn more about the field and learn more about the different areas that you may like in the future. Third point is create pet projects. This is really helpful for I would say for beginners. Pet projects, it's like this is like some kind of, passion projects where you just want to play around and practice. And you can actually put this in your portfolio just to show that you can do this kind of, let's say, this kind of data transformation or data cleaning. It will help you find your first paid projects in 3 to 4 months after you start. Um, so here in Refocus, actually, some of the projects that we do, I mean, some of the um, assignments and projects that we do can be considered as pet projects too, because you can play around and like use different tools to kind of navigate through the information and data that we have here. Tip number 4, triple check your data. Have an eye for details. When you visualize your data and share it with your stakeholders and clients, you should be at least 200% sure that your data is very well representative. It's because um, the analysis or the results that we may have here can be impactful, business wise, and sometimes it may have financial impact. So always make sure that you have accurate information before you send it out or before you publish everything, because again, the impact of the work that we do here can be big. So decisions can be made out of the results of what you do, big business decisions actually. So it's important that we pay extra attention to details. And tip number 5, create an attractive profile. So in this page, I will tell you about LinkedIn. It's if you're not in LinkedIn, you can actually try to create your profile there now, because it's a good professional networking platform where you can connect to people and to hiring managers, or um, sometimes they actually search on people there depending on the skill set, if they're looking for people to hire, right? So in LinkedIn, you can create a vanity URL. This is like a link that you can send to everybody, but so for example, we share some links, right? It's like a long random letters or random numbers that we see. So vanity URL is a customized URL where you can formally like probably type your name, or it's more it's readable. It's human readable, the vanity URL. Optimize your profile for search engines with keywords matching your description. So again, you can put your skill set there, and hiring managers or human hiring people actually search for skill sets in LinkedIn. So if you have that skill set that they're looking for, you will appear in their search, and they may reach out to you. So try to optimize those keyword matching in your profile. Showcase your past works, clients, results, and numbers. So it's important that you also show what you've done in the past through actual results, right? So you can tag your clients there and show um, what you've done. Fill in every section and add information about your personal impact. You can also, this is like an insider tip, ask friends and acquaintances to endorse your skills. Friends, acquaintances, previous colleagues, previous managers, you can reach out to them and ask them to endorse your skills in the platform, because it's also a way to boost your profile, right? People that you've worked with in the past, it's kind of an informal recommendation or character reference, as they say. So you can actually ask people to do that in a couple of clicks through LinkedIn. So this is an example of a portfolio at the end of the Refocus course, because Refocus actually would help. Refocus actually helps students build their portfolio. So while you do your projects and while you learn in the course, you're doing the actual projects that you can put in your portfolio afterwards. So you can have this portfolio and like put this in your probably LinkedIn profile, link to this or your CV or wherever, so that people can see the things that you've done in the past. So, yeah, using all the tips above or in the previous slides, you can become a successful data analyst in a few months. Um, Yet you can already get started researching your first clients, doing first orders, and earning your first money, as mentioned. So that's it. Do you have any questions?
Thanks, Casey. So we have time for maybe one more question that you can answer live here. I'm gonna merge some of the questions, but because they're kind of similar. So the most of the concerns that I see are, what if I have like a very different background from data analytics, or maybe even for those who are undergrads and want to get into data analytics, is it possible to step into this industry with zero knowledge initially? What are your thoughts on that?
I would say yes and no. People are actually hiring beginners at the moment, as I've mentioned before, because they're ready to train people, but not entirely zero knowledge. Please know that when you're applying for a job, of course, you have to kind of show something, at least probably potential in you, like just show them, just to show that the company, because the company would invest in you as well. So um, at least try to have probably, if not technical, because technical skills can be learned, right? Like from the company and all those tools that I've mentioned before. But at least show that you can communicate well. Probably I would say that that's easier than Python. Maybe that's easier to show, and that you're teachable. Those soft skills would be okay, and just build your portfolio slowly. So if you're undergrad and you haven't like had any job experience before, internships before, at least try to create your portfolio and slowly build it using, let's say, just play around with available data sets and just do mini projects probably. Those projects that don't require like a lot of time, just so to kind of get the hang of it. So yeah, and for career shifters, very much welcome. This space is welcoming uh, any other uh, career shifters. It's a trend now. A lot of people are shifting in this space, so companies are actually expecting that as well.
Very interesting. So that's good news for those who do want to shift their careers. And yeah, thank you so much for your insights, Casey. As
Thank you.
always, feel free if you'd like to answer more questions, then you can just do that in the chat box. All right. So there are two ways where you can go here at the end of our webinar, and it's always a choice, right? It's either A or B. So the first choice that you can make is you can do self-studying and search for trainings on YouTube, and maybe look for some free courses, which are also great, right? Unfortunately, this is what's going to happen though, because you don't have a structure and you don't know where to start, you might actually use up a lot of your precious time. Okay, you also don't know how much information are useful information, especially for like the free trainings. Okay, and also you might not know where and how you can find a job and how to increase your income. Okay, now the second way is that you can join our Refocus Data Analytics course and get your dream job with your high salary in just 8 months. So within the 8 months, you can already start earning your first money actually in the 3 months, because we will be teaching you already the basic skills that you can start applying even while you're studying, just like our students, what our students are currently doing, right? You will also get to work remotely, just like KC, land a job in a professional company, and know how to earn more actually than 80,000 pesos if this is something that you want to do, which I'm pretty sure it is. So, do you want to become a data analyst and work from anywhere around the world? Let me know. Put out your yeses here. And if you're not going to say yes to this, then I don't know. Do you want to double or triple your income? Put in your yeses. Okay. And do you want to know what it's like to work for international companies? And if you said yes to these questions, then you definitely need to join our data analytics course. And we are starting next week. Again, we are here to help those with zero or little knowledge in data analytics. And we want you to become a professional, an expert, a demanded data analyst. Now, this is what you will be getting in the course. Okay, you'll be getting a high, stable salary and remote work. Okay, it's also 8 months of study. Now, within the 8 months, you will have 100 hours of practice, which is huge, guys, because practice is very much needed, especially in data analytics. You need to be able to have the confidence to work with these programs and these languages. 60 hours of lectures with 24 hours of live Q&A sessions and some detailed feedback that you will be getting from your mentors. Now, in the course, you will be working on projects, and like what Casey said, some of the pet projects that you will be doing can be part of your portfolio because it shows your skills and your abilities with these programs. Okay. Now, on top of that, you will get your refocus certificate. And again, we are starting next week with only 20 spots left. Now, we have a very user-friendly platform. As you can see here, there's of course curriculum modules 1 to 8 on the left side. And when you click on the introduction, super simple. Everything that you need is right there. So you will only, this is all you will need actually, this drop down and access to all the lessons and feedback. Okay, now in terms of our class schedule, you will actually be watching pre-recorded video lessons. So this is great because these lessons you can watch anytime, and we designed this specifically for that because again, we know that most of you do have full-time jobs, but we do have live sessions with the experts, and this usually happens 2 to 4 times a week during weekdays at 7 p.m. And we also have weekend sessions, which is very, very flexible. And this is something that you will, in terms of the schedule, you will find out once you register for the course. Now, you will also be doing group projects based on real company briefs. That means we partner up with companies and they do give you briefs. It's kind of like a thesis about when you're in college and you're in your university, you work on a project, you work on a thesis based on a real company. And this will just help you upskill within a learning environment. Now, this is how the class works, okay? We have an online platform, and within the platform, you get to access everything, your lessons, your checklists, your instructions. Now, within the course, you will be getting to do homework. And when you do your homework, what's great about this one is that you get feedback, which is important if you want to improve in your skills. Within the feedback, you get Q&A sessions as well with our mentors. Now, of course, you have to take an exam. And once you pass the exam, you can get into our career center, which we are very sure that you will 100% find a job in the data analytics field, and you can start your new skills and help businesses make better decisions. So if you haven't gotten the offer yet, feel free to register, and I will show you how to do so right now. Okay, so once you click on the link, you will be led to a page. And this is what the page looks like. Super easy. All you have to do is type in your name, your email address, and your mobile number, and you are in. This doesn't mean that you are going to pay right away. It's just a way for you to register. And once you register, our managers will contact you about the course. Okay, so feel free to register so that you can get the special offer that we have today. So this is how we learn data analytics together. As I mentioned, it's a very interactive course. So just like what we're doing now, we're interacting with the teachers, we're engaging with people. It's just like that, okay? And this is just a quick screenshot of post maybe some of the things that the students want to take with them after the session, and you can post your takeaways here. Okay, we also have video lessons. And as I mentioned, these are pre-recorded lessons. And this is just a quick example of our speaker today, Casey, talking about analyzing data with Excel. We do have the live Q&A sessions with the teachers, and this just gives you the opportunity to clarify any questions at all with the modules, with the topics, to get you deeper into the topics involved in each module. Now, what's great also is that some of our students don't just meet online, they also go offline. And it's a nice way to start to create a community and a network of data analysts. Now, I did mention that you get to use some of the projects that you work on within the course as part of your portfolio. So this is just a quick example of one of the projects within the course, wherein you are required to create an SQL query on the different activities that lead to a person's heart disease. And you have to show your graphs and your results in such a manner. If you're worried about, I don't understand what's going on, then don't worry, because we do teach you the basics of all these programs. Okay. Now, again, you get professional feedback because your mentors are experienced data analysts. They give you feedback on your homeworks, on your projects. They answer your questions, especially if you have any concerns at all. And yes, Rhea and Arvin, we do have a very friendly community and group work. So just like one of our students who was able to find a job, he was actually very much supported by our community as he was going through that process of interviewing and getting that US-based data analytics job. Now, here are just some of the screenshots of our students talking about Refocus, how it's a perfect guide to the profession of a data analyst. It has everything you need to launch your career, having the flexibility to learn and interact with other people. What else here? Yes, that the platform is very superb and easy to follow. So just learning with ease and becoming a professional within 8 months. Now, let's meet the teachers within our data analytics course. The first one is Mark Anthony Badiao, who is a data analyst at Schneider Electrics. He has experience at Teletech, Schneider Electrics, and Concentrix. We also have Boris Biakilia, who has a PhD in control theory and system analysis. He is an expert at methodology of science and machine learning and has worked at the BASF and the German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence. And lastly, she is no stranger to you, Casey Palisok. As I mentioned, she's had more than 9 years of experience, and I'm pretty sure that everything that you learned today is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so she will teach you more within the course. And some of our experts and mentors work at these big companies, which I'm pretty sure that you guys are also familiar with. So let me know if you guys already signed up for the course. I can see that Jake signed up already, which is great. Looks like we have 10 spots left in the course. And let's see some of the people who registered already. Okay. Let's take a look. And if you hear your name or see your name, let me know in the comments. All right. We have Annalyn, Philip, Dave, Camille, Lila, April, Rayban, J. Mark, Adrian, Arson, Angelica, Ramon, Manalyn, Maria, Marjorie, Syrian, Joe, Elizabeth, Kin, Casanarian, Shiril, Abdul, Sanford, Hannah, Ian, Bill, Nelly, Noel, Amelian, Chris, Joseph, Joanne, Gemily. All right. So many of you signed up already. Thank you so much. Angelica says, okay, Romel, Camille, Juan Carlo, Ramon, Rayvan. Yeah, I saw your name. Thank you guys so much for signing up. Okay, and our managers will get in touch with you very, very soon. So again, we do have 8 modules in the course, and this is just a quick glance at our course syllabus. Casanarian, thank you for signing up. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into what the modules look like. Okay, so as I mentioned in the introduction to, or the first module, you will understand data analytics as a profession. And I mentioned this early on, you will learn the differences of data analyst, an engineer, a scientist. Now, what companies need data analytics, okay? What are the prospects that are out there for you, and how can you find a job in an international company? We're here to also teach you how the profession of a data analyst can help you move to a different country if this is something that you are looking for. Now, from there, you will learn how to create reports using Excel. The functions, the formulas, how to analyze data, how to create simple reports in Excel. Okay. And then from there, you will learn how to calculate and analyze business metrics using SQL, or SQL, okay, at an advanced level. Now, then we teach you how to automate analytics using Python. So using the basics, of course, understand the basics first. Use Jupyter Notebook, how to load and analyze data, and how to create your charts and graphs. Very important, guys, because as a data analyst, you will be presenting data. You will be presenting visuals and graphs. So you need to learn this. And you will learn this within the course. You get to practice how to present your results as well. Okay, so from there, we teach you uploading and preparing data using SQL, how to conduct A/B tests and create dashboards using Power BI, and how to conduct real-life business model reviews and present your results, as I mentioned. And then we'll help you prepare for your job search in your new profession. So you'll get your certificate of completion and you get employment assistance from our Refocus Career Center. And I did mention that we have a job guarantee. So after the course, if you don't get a job at any capacity, and by that I mean an internship, a part-time job, a contract, freelance work, okay, any kind of job within this field, then we will return the course fee, and you have 6 months to do that. All right, so let me know if you signed up already. Ed Estaris, yes, you are in. Kathleen, I bet you are in, but if you'd like to re-register, that's completely fine. Okay. Again, in the course, you will receive a practice-oriented approach because our program is based on real-life cases. Okay, these are not cases from 10 years ago, which is very common in college, diba? Parang you're always learning from cases like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, which is not very relevant. So everything is up to date. We're also here to teach you the skills that are relevant to start helping you earn money already. And again, we're here for your career growth. So we help you find your job and prepare for an interview. So, who is this course for? It's for those who want to start a successful new career. Okay. It's for those who want to work remotely anywhere from your couch, from the beach, from a different country, and have a stable, high salary while you're doing so. And lastly, for those who want to upgrade their skills and get that promotion if you're already a novice data analyst. So we help you find that job because in the course, you will be given a chance to defend your different projects in front of real big shots, experts from big companies. Okay, we'll also have a career showcase, and then our students will be recommended to our partner companies. Rhea, thank you so much for signing up. Andrea and Arvin. All right, so you will be able to, first of all, get your dream job, increase your proficiency in this field, and help businesses make better decisions. What's great about data analytics is that it is a universal profession. So what Casey said earlier, there are so many areas where you can go from here, okay? You can go to digital marketing, you can go to programming, okay? So many places and spheres that you can switch to. You don't have to necessarily stick to data analytics. Plus, you will get that new profession with that 80,000 pesos salary and work from anywhere. Okay, again, let me just show you the quick advantages of our course and we'll get to it. Okay, so what is the price of our course? Our course is actually at a price of less than your 1 month future salary. So if you remember, we were talking about the salaries earlier on, and you can get an average salary of 80,000 pesos per month. So the course is actually less than that. And what's great about that is once you get your new job, you can easily pay off the course right away. Okay, so just to put things into perspective, if you look for courses separately, if you want to learn these different programs separately, you might accumulate a hefty amount of 100,000 pesos. That is huge, guys. It's no joke. So our regular course fee is at this price, which is payable for 12 months. But I did promise a special discount for our webinar participants today. Okay, so it's at 60% off. So now our course is at this price, which you will be paying per month for 12 months. Okay, so it's at this price per month for 12 months. This is already at 60% off. Okay, and just letting you know that, it's all about sacrificing just a little bit. Okay, save up on like the milk teas, the movie dates, whatever you guys are currently spending on that's not investing in your future. Again, if you are interested, please feel free to sign up already. We only have a few spots left. Also, we have so much confidence in this course that we offer a 14-day return guarantee. So this is how it works. Once you register for the course, you're in, right? And let's say you started accessing the course, you're starting to learn, you've gone into the live Q&A sessions with the teachers, and you realize that within 2 weeks, maybe this course isn't for me. Well, no problem at all. All you have to do is contact your supervisor, and we will refund the money. Okay, so you'll get a job with a salary that will quickly pay off the course. As I mentioned, you can also start earning even before graduating. And you don't have to wait until you finish the course. What's great about this is what we want for you is for you to start earning money already. Even if while you're still in the course, some of our students start making money, start getting jobs already, and they're just upskilling while they're doing their current work, okay, while they're studying with us as well. Okay, so if you're thinking, is this price too expensive? Okay, especially if you want to get into a new profession. Well, just know that the best investment is an investment in yourself. Okay, and what's great about this course is that once you save up and once you start paying for the course, when you get that new job, you can easily pay off the rest of the course. That's how high the salary of a data analyst is. Also, our price is much lower than that compared to our competitors. Okay, for such a very comprehensible program. Okay, looks like we have 4 spots left in the course. Please make sure to sign up, get that spot. Whoever 4 students are left here, register already. Okay, now if you're thinking also, oh no, what if I don't understand data analytics at all? Like I have zero knowledge. We actually have a separate module for introductory information for beginners. So we're here for you all the way, okay? So you can work on this introductory module first, and then when you're comfortable, you can move on to the main modules. Also, just remember that you have mentors and community managers here for you all throughout your journey. If you're already a practicing data analyst, then that is great because we offer a more in-depth knowledge and skills in the area of data analytics. And we are also constantly updating our materials. So this will just enable you to hopefully get that promotion, okay, that well-deserved promotion. If you want to move to a different company that pays more, this will allow you to do that as well. Joe, yes, that is correct. Okay, if you're also thinking, is 8 months too long? Just think about it this way, okay? A regular course in college takes 4 years, and this one takes 8 months. And what's great about this is within 8 months, we want to make sure that you are well equipped to get that high paying job. We want to make sure that you are confident enough in your skills in these programs so that when you step out of the Refocus course, then we are very sure that you will get that job. We're very sure that you will satisfy companies, especially those that are foreign based, if this is something that you are looking for. All right. Now, there are no age limits here for the course. As I mentioned, we're all here to learn. Okay, so you can be successful even if you're 20, you're 30, you're 45, or 60. Okay, so the clients don't really care about how old you are, but they care more about your skills and if you can help the company. Now, in terms of the time, as I mentioned, it's self-paced, right? But the studying will take about 5 to 10 hours a week. So the videos are pre-recorded. You can watch it anytime. Maybe carve out an hour after work or after school, or use the weekend to catch up. Again, we have educated 5,800 students already here in the Philippines, with 116 batches of students studying right now. And we are officially a member of the IT and Business Process Association of the Philippines and the Analytics Association of the Philippines, rather. And we're also a Facebook business partner. So just again to mention, our course is at a price of your 1 future salary payment. Let me know if you signed up already. And that is it. Okay, thank you so much for your time, everyone. Feel free to scan this QR code so that you can get our gift. Join our Facebook page, text us 10 and receive your guide, your top 10 mistakes beginners in data analytics should avoid in a reply. So, if you have any more questions about the course, our team will be here to answer your questions, okay? And I would also like to say thank you to Casey for spending your morning with us. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And my name is Tabitha Hamlang, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the next batch. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.